Okay, good afternoon, Jules here. Welcome to my channel. So we're making some little mini journals. They're just 4 pages, but each page has got a pocket in it. Now these are called zines. I don't know why. I think it's short for like magazine. There was a trend for a wee while ago, well, a few years ago, where people made zines and they journaled in them, and you can do all sorts. So it was like little mini magazines, so they called them zines. I think, if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. Anyway, so I have done these before, but I thought it was about time I went over them again, because I've got a lot more subscribers and there's a lot of new people coming to journaling, junk journaling, and these are brilliant for your journals. So all it is, it's kind of a one page wonder. So that is my blooming graceful. So it's my hydrangeas. So we're going to make it with that. It has got the daisy on the other side, but I was doing something else with this where I needed a double page. So what you do is long ways, you fold it in half to half, and crease that. Then you turn it round and you fold it again. And crease, burn it, really burnish your creases down. I'm using my nails. Then what you do is you bend that layer back and you match it up with that edge and burnish it down. And turn it over and do exactly the same. And you probably have done these before. I think we did them at school. And then when you open it up, you've got a mountain, 2 valleys, and you've got a crease round there. And I'm just folding these like that. So now what we want to do is, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold that back in half, and I'm just going to crease, ink these creases just so that you can see them. So there you are. So what I want to do now is I want to cut along that crease, but as just up to there, just up to the next crease, and that's it. And then what you do then is you open that, fold it like that, crease that down. You can see I'm just going to take that little bit off, and we fold that in, and because it's got to go round, you might get it where it's not you know, it might not look, might be a little bit shorter, but you can't help that, because these have to go around. So you're best off just keep moving it, creasing it. That's what I do, is I just move it, crease it, and it's kind of like a never-ending folder. It'll keep and you just find the one where it feels the best, and that one feels the best. So what I've got is I've got a pocket there, I've got a pocket there, and I've got 2 that are open like that. So what I want to do is I want to The one that's open at the top, I need to glue the bottom, and that makes that a pocket there. This one, again, I'm going to have this as a side opening, so I'm going to glue that there, and then the next one is a top opening, so we're going to do a line of glue, and there we are. And then once you've done that again, just crease it down. And so where you've got a top opening, I'm going to put a thumb notch on the two top openers, and I'm just guessing. And then the one that's a side opener, again, you can have the thumb notch, you don't have to have it in the middle, you can have it at the top, the bottom, wherever you want. And that's that. And then we can fold it up. Now, because this is an A4 piece of paper that's been folded, this should be round about, 3 inches by just a fraction over 4. So we need to do a cover. That's not going to be enough. No. So it's going to go that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark that with a pencil. And then I'm just going to trim that right along there. Yeah, 2 seconds. Right, okay. So what I did was I cut it and then I wrapped it round and I cut that bit off there. So now I've got a cover. And what I'm going to do is and this is seal brown I'm using. Okay, so it's sideways, so there's no right or wrong way for the cover. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just glue around the edges and fill it in, and then fold that over. Then we'll just do the same here. And there we are. So we've got our, you be careful when you're putting your and then I'm just going to go around, so and the reason I did round the cover first was just so that it would blend in. When I did that, so it and there we are. So that will be the same as that. So I'm going to put some labels on it, I think. We'll have charmed, have that one, that one, be filled with wonder, I think. We'll try these, so I'm just going to trim this one down, and this is a label from a kit. Could be, trying to think, I haven't got a clue which kit it'll be from, probably one of the botanicals, not sure. And okay, so I think we'll have that one there and that there. So we'll put this one down first. And we'll put it down like that. That one there. Put this one in here. And then we're going to have that one there. Right there. And there we are. And if you wanted, you could put thread round ribbon or whatever. It's got the pocket there. So what we want is we want some journal cards here. Now these might not fit. They fit the top loaders. So these are from the Bloomin' Glorious, Bloomin' Graceful, sorry. Now these might not fit. We might need to trim these down a bit. Nope. It's fit perfect. Right, so sometimes when it doesn't fit, it's just that the glue has spread a little bit too far. These are journal cards with the Blooming Graceful kit. So there we are, we've got that full. Now if you want, you can put little bits and pieces in here. You can put a little pocket. This isn't from, this is from, and it's too big anyway. We just, actually, if you do a little fold there and put that there, and then do a little fold there, now we'll see which side we want this on. I think probably that side, and we will put a thumb notch in it. Right, so we need to do a thin bead of glue at the bottom, then glue these flaps. And I think we might have a couple of little tags. And again, this is just journal ephemera. If it's not with a kit, it's either been a freebie with my Take and Create or a freebie with my Facebook group. And I think we'll leave them there. I'm not sure what to. Quite like that. Now this is ripped, so I'm going to use this as a tuck spot. So I'm doing one side and the bottom, and we'll put that there. And put this label in it. And there we are, might fit. Yes, it does. And here, so we've got a pocket. We've got anything here, so I've got some little blue envelopes here, but they're blue card. And it might just be a little bit too thick to. I'm just holding it down like that. Now what I want to do, now they're two slightly different So I just want something that looks similar to an address. Right, we've got this. These aren't addresses, these are little verses, but it doesn't matter. We'll have that one. And here we are. And I think we'll have that one there, and that one there. And all I'm doing is I'm just so that you can still slip something down. And let's see what we've got. Yeah. So yeah, so we can pop take some of this off. Yeah. Right, 2 seconds. Use this. I keep forgetting I've got this. So that's kind of 2.5 centimeters, which is 1 inch. So, and give it a wee tag lock and glue it down. Put that one in there. Okay, and we'll have a look at this. This might not, definitely won't fit in there. And right, so I'm just going to take this off again. And we'll have that like that. So there we are. And I think what we might do is we might put a little bit of a ribbon around this. Just, I think an organza, and I'm going to stick it down with two. And here's my pen. Stick that down there. And we'll just and there we are. And there we are. So another beautiful little mini journal. So I'm not going to do another one, but what I will do is I'll do the fold. I'm not going to do it right from scratch. I will do the fold, so I'm just getting these out of the way. And if you're looking at this, it's a ball tool pen, so it's got 3 ball tools and a pen. Just looks like one of those pens that has the multiple. Right, so fold it exactly in half that way. And exactly in half that way, and I'm standing up here because I need to get the edges perfect. If you don't worry about it. And then we fold that one over. And that one over, and you should know, because then these 2 edges are perfect. So I'm just going to and then you can see which one I'm cutting. And then we fold that like that. Make sure that we've got everything, and then what you do is you push that in like that. And when you fold them like that, they fit perfect. It's when you start moving them about, because they're having to stretch over kind of a mini spine basically. But that feels right for that. And that's basically what we would do. So again, what we'll do is we'll glue it down. So this is a side opening, so we're gluing the bottom, and this is a top opening. So again, well, it's always all the bottoms that you glue, unless your side openings are opening at the top as well, but mine always seem to open at the bottom. And then the bottom. And then I'm going to use a smaller on the top. And then we'll just ink round it, and I think what we'll do is we'll do this one with ground espresso. It's a little bit darker. And this is from the Dusty Pink and Tartan kit. So there's blends of like tartan. In the US you call it plaid, we call it tartan in Scotland. So you can see. And there's labels, old vintage labels, there's vintage script, roses, dusty pink roses, there's a couple of little red ones, but it's mainly all pinks and creams and beiges, and there's some perfume bottles as well. Because I just like these perfume bottles and I had to add them in. There we are with that one. Just checking what time it is. Right, I need to go. So that's basically all you do. My rose is upside down, but it doesn't matter. I'll cover that with a pocket. The leaves are fine. And then that's when you'll get these beautiful little zines or mini journals. So I hope you play with it. Again, it's just one A4 paper. If you've got letter size, which is shorter but wider, just do exactly the same. It doesn't matter what size your sheet of paper is, as long as it's an oblong. You can fold it, match the corners, and then fold it the other way and fold the bits back. They'll just be slightly different to that, probably be a little bit narrower and a little bit taller. But if you do some, if you're on my Facebook group, if you do some with the letter size, put a photograph down and let me see what they look like, because I like the taller journals rather than the the ones that size. Anyway, enough waffle. I will see you in the next video. Bye.